Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
So tell me.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
Yeah. Nice get up. I can see what you've got there.
I bought this for the J-Man,
Yeah.
and I haven't used it myself.
It looks good. It's very
So
clear.
he uses it on the PlayStation.
Ah.
So I've never actually used it myself.
I've got one coming. The previous one I purchased I wasn't happy with.
So you're not going to use the Spaceballs one?
No, I'm not using the
Spaceballs one there?
It's here, but we tested it and it was very poor.
Not plug it in and just leave the mic on and stick it on your head. I reckon that's.
I've got it here.
See
I've got
the
here.
Spaceballs headset.
Hang on, I have to just let me just move things out of the way. Now we can't take up too much time because we'll
start the production meeting straight away. It's once en la noche.
We're running on the clock, right? So I've got it here. Hang on, let me just take
never
this
let
off.
It be said that you don't get value out of the Two Dads podcast.
This is what he's talking about. I think you can still hear me. It's in hindsight, it is quite ridiculous.
I said, comb the desert.
It's like landing a rocket.
Comb the desert.
That's just insane. It's too big. It's too big.
Yeah. What we need.
I wasn't happy with that, so I've gone and I found something which I believe
it seems a little excessive.
Very excessive for a podcast.
It looks like someone shrunk down a helmet. You know, like one
of those things you put in the microwave and then shrinks.
No, it was like some sort of engineering exercise where they thought, how can we just have a helmet to the bare bones essential so that your head still stays intact?
Yeah, no, it wasn't a good. Yeah, like I said, I wasn't happy with it, so I thought, I did some more research and I did some digging. I've purchased a TIAC, far more slim looking thing. So that's
brand.
Yes, it is a TIAC.
Look out.
So and it has still got this and all that bits and pieces like the microphone. I don't think it has the fluffy thing.
It's not like an emo headset.
I don't know what that is, but
it's all out on one side.
No, it's not like one of these ones here. It's not one of these ones. So
anyway, welcome. You have not just stumbled across
some review.
Two idiots trying to make it under an hour.
Welcome to the
Two Dads podcast.
Thank you, and welcome to our usual Friday night. Thanks for rejoining us. If you're new, thank you for stopping by. We are the Two Dads. Uber Dad over here.
And it's not because
other dad over there.
There's only one and two.
No.
Phil's the Uber Dad.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the other dad. La Sombra.
Too much like that.
And it is once en la noche.
It is. We are on episode 31.
Ooh.
On episode 31 and
on Friday the 13th.
On Friday the 13th, and we are going to do this podcast in under 40 minutes because
you're damn
Zoom
right.
said
We're going to
so.
jam through it.
Zoom
the jam is
so.
full. We are
good to go.
Like,
if you're on Spotify, we've got our gang sign. We're throwing gang signs now.
This is our gang sign for the Two Dads.
Two Dads.
The sign that the jam we're fully jammed up.
It's not leaking. And what makes us
if
too
you're
much
walking
like
down
that?
the street and someone does this to you, you know.
It's a secret Two Dads handshake.
Secret Two Dads handshake.
What are the two pillars of being too much like a dad, Sid? And we should jump into it. Let's do it.
The two pillars.
Yep.
Are always, have always, will always be.
Yes.
The puns.
Correct.
And the jokes.
Absolutely.
They are unequivocal.
They are.
A dad thing.
They are. I'll drink to that. Cheers.
My friend,
going.
It wasn't even scripted.
Oh, and you got Wildberry. Oh, I picked up the wrong ones. I nearly got the... Wildberry's the best. There you go. Cheers, kombucha. This is not sponsored. We're not sponsored by
not sponsored at all.
But we're open. We're open to it. Just saying. We are definitely open to it.
More than happy. If you have an envelope that needs opening,
we're there.
The Two Dads are there.
We're there. So puns, because if it ain't punny, it ain't funny. And
it ain't
jokes,
funny.
Because if you don't roll your eyes, well, it ain't a dad joke. So you're always out and about. What have you
Always
seen?
out and about.
What have you
Okay,
seen?
so look,
Oh,
there's many fast food.
Some tech happening in the background.
It's not failure. It's not
Can
funny.
always tell.
Yeah, there's many a fast food place,
Oh, plethora.
but I've not seen too many that actually make fun of the customer.
Oh no!
I would have thought maybe it's a bit,
It's the bloodline, lifeline. I should say. You need them, otherwise
I know
just got a
it doesn't
building.
seem right to actually make fun of the customers, but
No, but
you know,
someone's. What has someone done?
you know, if you're in the burger game, it seems, well, if you love it, you love it, and you and you don't care what they're saying about your patronage. So you could go to Big Belly Burgers.
Oh, it's even got a big dude on the front. Look at that.
So, like I said, you would think it's a little bit
It's
de rigueur
borderline.
to
Yeah.
make fun of your customers, but
I know.
hey,
Hey, big belly
there's only one
burgers.
of
It's
them,
got a
so
nice
obviously
ring
the
to
chain never took off.
it.
Big Belly Burgers,
Is that where's this?
Hawthorne.
It is Melbourne has just a plethora of punnage, doesn't it? It's amazing. Big belly burgers. Say that
It's
5
actually
times
not
real
far
fast.
from the South African shop.
Which South African shop?
You do not know about the South African shop?
No. What is this?
Yeah,
Dude, when do
well,
I leave this
obviously,
house?
I know.
Yeah.
I will feature the South African shop one day. Maybe we'll even do like a live podcast from the South
Imagine that.
African shop.
Let's do
Yeah.
that. I'm in on that. I'll be in on that.
But
Big
yeah,
belly
if you like a
burgers.
chain of burgers
That's
that makes you feel
it's very interesting because
not not for guilty at all.
no, not at all. It's like well, absolutely.
There's no. It should have
Guilt-free.
underwritten in there, no vegans allowed. I think that would really work out well for it.
Oh,
And we keep
jeez.
rolling through.
Yes, we do.
Look, I'm going to save the better one for last.
Okay.
So
All
I'll
right.
do the next one. This one is actually just down the road from work.
Yeah.
I believe the J-Man and I have actually eaten here. So we've not featured too many ice cream places as a pun.
No.
Obviously, there was Licked,
Licked.
which
Yeah,
was
we
a
did
good
do
one.
licked. That was a
which
good
was a
one.
good one.
We did do licked. You're right.
So if you're
That
hungry
was
for
very
ice
clever.
cream
Mhm.
and you're near for Glen Ferry Road, you can go
Oh.
to Scoopy-Doo.
Look at that. And they've even used the ice creams as part of the litterage. Look at that.
I'm not fist pumping the pun. I'm fist pumping the fact that it actually worked.
It did. It got it.
Yeah.
It just got
Yeah, and you see they've got Scoop-Dee-Doo, and they've used the ice cream.
Scoop-dee-doo. Use the ice cream as the O's. Very clever. And you scoop ice cream. See? Because you scoop ice cream.
And shout out for Natalie. She's the one that
Oh,
she's the one that sent this through.
Ah.
Yeah.
Even
I
Nat,
remember I've actually
Nat
been there.
is on the hunt for a pun. Amazing.
We have people out in the streets, man. We've got
Jeez,
people out in the streets.
We've got the Two Dads Army out there hunting the punnage down. Top job, Natalie. Thank you very much. Kudos to you.
We have another sip of the booch.
Sip of the booch.
So,
Very nice.
you like plants?
You do. You got your mother-in-law's tongue there in the background. Look at her.
Yeah.
It looks good. It's working. Mine's a bit bare. I'm gonna have to work on my background. But
Adds a little bit of something.
We'll get onto that. No, I do like plants.
So, like plants?
Yes.
Hopefully, this is going to work in the framework. Now, you have to get ready for the salute. I'm trying not to hype this one up really good. But this is, you like plants.
Yep, I do.
You may like a bit of, well, look, we don't support any illegal substances, but
No.
you may want to go to the pot dealer.
The pot dealer. It's not hiding it at all, is he? This is not Melbourne, is it?
Yes,
Is it legal?
on Huntingdale Road.
But
No, they
hang on a
sell.
second. They sell pots.
They sell
I did you.
potted
I did.
plants.
I did one of. I did you in the train stop.
You see, it happens to all of us.
Straight. Well, because look at.
You
I
think,
thought it was
the first thing you think, is that legal?
Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg's in there.
Yeah. A faux show.
For shizzle and nizzle.
The
So-
pot dealer, Huntingdale Road,
That
Melbourne.
is a great name. That is that and the Arty Farty shop, my favourites.
I challenge you to
The pot
actually
dealer.
think that it's not a dad that opened that business.
Oh man, I could just
I
imagine.
mean,
I can
how
already
many
picture
places sell plants in
how-
pots?
He would have been on the toilet and come up with this. Surely, he would have gone.
and
I got it. I've got what I'm calling it. I've got it.
he's ran straight out of the toilet with his
Mate,
pants around his ankles,
his
saying to his
mate,
wife, "I got it,
Yeah,
I got it."
I got the pot dealer.
This'll
So he
change
sells
everything.
potted plants.
Yep, and he's the pot dealer.
Pot dealer. I love it. This stuff.
Gold.
You can't write this stuff.
It's
You
absolute
can't write
gold.
this stuff. Who found this?
Well, I have to give 100% props for Natalie.
Natalie.
She found this one.
Oh, see, she gets it.
See, and it's even got a Facebook page. See, North
I know,
and
but-
South Yarra as well. There's more than one.
Distributor of indoor and outdoor
Melbourne-based
pots and all things
distributor.
house and garden. Oh, that is gold.
The pot dealer.
The pot dealer.
Oh, gold.
that is-
Gold.
That is top shelf. Top shelf.
Absolute gold, my friend.
How was my reaction? Is that legal?
It's a
Absolutely
train.
sucked
See,
in.
the train station. The train station happens to all of
It's
us.
Train station fitness all over again.
That's nowhere near the station. Idiots.
Oh, I love it, love it, love it. What else you got?
So what do the oceans say to the beach?
It said nothing. It just waved.
Oh,
Yes,
champion!
Give me-
I
want-
deliberately selected these ones for this week, episode 31, Friday the 13th,
Yep.
for Philip to just
Smash through them.
slam dunk.
Which
one? Say that again. What did the ocean say to the beach?
It said nothing. It just waved.
Bada bing.
I like that one. See, when you've been a dad long enough,
That's
you know
right.
these jokes. You know these jokes. Some of them do make the rounds. That's for sure. Besides that, and it was in the the party cracker for Christmas.
Yeah.
It was in one of those.
And those little jokes.
Yeah, it was one of those.
uh,
It was one of those.
it was one of
That's how I
those.
remember it.
I was just gonna say
dad
it's
writes those.
the horrible, like
The
really,
dad writes- the
really
dad writes
corny
those.
jokes. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you call? I got a joke for you.
Yeah.
Can I do the joke? Can I do
Yeah.
a joke? What do you call a cow with one leg
There's no
shorter?
laws against it.
What do you call a cow with one leg shorter than the other?
I don't know, Phil. What do you call a cow with one leg shorter than the other?
Lean beef.
That's a good one.
Lean beef. That's for all the vegans.
It's
There
the
you go.
same as what do you call what do you call a woman that has one leg shorter than the other?
Eileen.
Eileen.
It never gets old. Even though when you know the
It's
answer, it's still funny.
or what do you call a man swimming that has no arms and legs?
Bob.
Bob.
Ah, yes. Top shelf comedy coming your
Absolute,
way in the Two Dads
absolute,
podcast. Episode 31.
Absolute top shelf.
Episode
31.
31. What are we talking about in episode 31? Are we there yet? Are you going to
Look, I do have
it, or
some-
what are we going to do?
I actually did an experiment for this week
Oh, really?
in preparation for the show
Okay. Oh.
to shut
okay.
vegans up. I did an experiment.
Jeez.
I did something I'm a little bit ashamed of.
Okay.
And
What did you
The
eat?
no grainers back in the house.
Oh no, what is that? No
The
grainer. What
no
are those?
grainer.
What are those things? Paleo fruit buns, spiced chocolate, walnut, and date. Righto.
They
Paleo.
are very, very nice.
Okay. What are
Oh,
they?
and again, just to prove my point.
Oh mate, has it got one of those
Oh God,
blurb things? Oh, can I see it?
you see it?
Our scrumptious and spicy buns use loving earth chocolate, which is rich in cacao rather than unhealthy emulsifiers, milk solids, and refined sugar. We only use the best ingredients, as with each bite, you are getting dietary fiber, protein, iron, magnesium, calcium, vitamins B and E, and antioxidants. Oh, God. Perfect for afternoon tea. They're delicious, straight from the pack or slightly warmed and slathered in butter. Yeah, slathered in butter.
How does
Right,
that make sense? When
nice
it's
and healthy.
slathered
Slather that
in
crappy
butter,
brother in butter. God, anyway. Ah,
and they just
yes.
go on and on and on. And like this is why.
The marketing graduates need a job, mate.
Yeah,
Come on.
I think this is why you pay uh,
For the
probably
packaging.
for $90 for 4, and it comes in plastic
Plus
as well.
inflation.
So what do you?
Yeah, it's not plus inflation, so it's not even environmentally
Yeah.
friendly. Yeah, I know. Hey, but hey,
I just love that
no carbs.
snide
There's no
hypocrisy.
carbs except for the butter that you put on it.
I know there's no carbs in there, but you can
Well, that's
slather it
fat.
in butter.
Anyway, hey, look, let's move on.
Episode 31.
Episode 31.
Episode 31. I thought
Oh,
it is just the perfect timing for episode 31,
is it?
right?
I always try and guess what
United Australia.
Ah, good God, yes. If there ever was a clown,
It's
there it is. It's exactly the same as
United
the ones
Australia
at the
with a question
carnivals.
mark.
Oh, United Australia
It's
Party.
all happening.
Goodness
We don't
me.
have to put the party, just United Australia with
United
a question
Australia
mark.
with a question mark. Yes, let's not put party.
Australia's version for Donald Trump
Ah,
is
please.
Clive Palmer. Anyone that's international would not know who this man is. He just looks like someone
Cross between Trump and
who
Colonel
knows the Colonel.
Sanders without
He
the
just looks like someone who
without
knows
the
the
goatee.
Colonel.
Yeah. Look, they probably do. They might know him from CITIC or Pacific Mining. He's got a mining company. We know that. But
He's one of the most wealthiest men in
he's
the
got
country.
money. Well, he's got 40 million bucks worth of advertising for the upcoming election. They reckon he's spent.
And one of his highlights was that he was planning to remake for the Titanic.
Oh, was he? Really?
Was one of his one of his plans.
Right.
So obviously that idea sank.
Well, much. There it is. You just cheeky little drive by that one. I like it.
That was one of the things he was going to do. He was going to rebuild the Titanic. There was an idea.
It was, and he wanted to do a sail it and voyage it and use it as a cruise ship and all that sort of stuff.
Mate,
Notwithstanding the sentimental and the value, not really thinking about how people lost their lives on that thing. Yeah, we'll rebuild it. Yeah, good one, man.
Why rebuild
This is the
something?
man who's running for government, right, and trying to get a house.
I suppose he also had a plan for
the
the Hindenburg as well. He's just going to make another one.
one.
But this time we won't use flammable gas.
No. That's right.
Oh, the humanity.
So,
Socialism.
Yeah.
The voice of socialism in Australia is Clive Palmer. But then, now he's not. It's not like Clive Palmer's United Australia.
No.
Just United. So he's
United
removed himself from the front face, and he has some other dude.
Craig. He's got Craig now. He's got Craig Kelly.
Yeah.
He's trying to get a spot in the House of Reps. He's trying to get a spot in the Senate. He's also hooked up with there's another party they've joined for preferences. I can't remember who it is.
It's not the Nazi one.
No.
Fun fact:
Campbell. Something
Campbell. Our
Campbell.
state, which the two dads resides in Australia, is the first state for banning the swastika.
And so it should be.
legally, maybe a legal ban
Yep.
of the swastika.
So it should be.
Is a picture of Clive Palmer annoying you?
Nah, look, you know.
Would you want me to leave it up?
Nah, leave it up.
Thanks.
It's all right. Hey, look. First of
So
all,
the love letter of common sense
yeah. Yes.
goes absolutely directly with an exclamation mark to
Mm-hmm.
Clive Palmer,
It does.
who obviously is not a stupid man.
No, he's not. He's
He
a
must have some
very
sort
smart
of
businessman.
intelligence. He's a very smart man.
Very smart businessman. Very wealthy. Very successful. Not denying him that. But running a business and then running a country are two very different ball games. And
And
some of
he, in my
policies that he's
opinion,
come
he
out
is
with,
the
it's like,
Donald
what?
Trump of Australia.
Oh, he
And
just.
if he managed to actually
Oh, good God.
get
Could you
enough
imagine?
votes for him to get into power, I can already see the face for, oh my God.
Mate, you
It would
don't
be
understand
exactly like for Donald Trump.
what sort of trouble we'd be in economically. You don't even understand.
Yeah, because
I feel anyway.
he's only in for politics for his own. Obviously, all the mining rights will be granted straight away,
Oh, man, that won't be
and
green lit.
and there
What's
would be
his
no
net
opposition.
zero? What's his net zero policy? There ain't no policy.
Uh,
I haven't heard much about his
maybe
policies. Some of them,
maybe it should be for net zero sugar.
maybe. But I mean, his
He's a
first
bit
thing is,
husky, old Clive Palmer.
he's the two policies I've heard so far that he's brought out is that we should bring back all of the foreign superannuation investment that we've made back in country and use it to fund projects or whatever it may be, or to get rid of the
And
debt.
the military base in the Pilbara or something. There's something I saw
Something like that. But that's what he wants to do. So take
about.
all the money, take people's super money, who one day they need to use to retire with, use that in order to reduce our debt as a country, what we owe other countries. But then,
said by someone
how,
who doesn't need a retirement fund.
exactly. So what happens when the time comes when these people need their super? How are you going to fund that?
Yep.
That's his first policy. The other policy is that he's saying there should be a cap on interest rates, meaning that
for housing.
for housing, meaning that people only pay so much in interest rates, and then the deficit it's paid by the government. But how are you going to pay that?
How is that going to work? How are you going to pay for that anyway? You can't
I just find
subjugate economic
farcical. I find
rules.
his policies are just farcical. It's like listening to a year 12 bloody captain's
But
presidency
they've
speech
aligned
making all these empty
themselves with
promises. That's what it sounds
they've
like.
aligned themselves with the anti-vaxxers. It's that whole
Yeah.
the government
Yeah.
has removed you of your rights.
Yeah, that's where they're looking to get the
You
votes
need
from.
to
And that's fair
fight
enough.
back.
And look,
Socialism.
I'm not saying that they shouldn't be allowed, but if you're going to come out, as a democratic country, we've always said this, you and I stand by it. They have
Yeah.
a right to be there. They have a right to run. They have a right to, um, you know, go around and promote and whatever they do during the election, right? But if you're going to come out with certain policies, it's one thing to say something, but then you've got to come up with a plan to back that up. And that's where they're failing. And then what I'm afraid of is that people aren't then asking that next set of questions of, well, how are you going to actually deliver on this? Where's the
Because it feels like
accountability?
sometimes they're
Just
only
making
just
a
having a
promise.
laugh.
Well,
They're
they're
just
saying
saying
it
things
for the sake of getting
just
people
to
on board.
polarize.
Like
Yeah,
exactly,
that's.
right? It's a rally.
I believe that
All
what
that's
they're
missing is the
practicing is just
bloody pitchforks.
they're just division is what they're trying for.
That's
Make people angry.
get them
Say
across
you
and
need to overthrow the government.
yeah.
You're losing your. It's basically they've just everything you've ever heard from any anti-vaxxer is just turned into for
It
policy.
is. But
Every
that's
time I
what
say that phrase, you get a bit.
oh man, I tell you what.
Yeah, but it's exactly what it is because they're pandering to him.
They
And
are.
that guy with Craig Kelly shows up at every one of those,
Oh yeah, he's there.
every one of the rallies, and he's going on about how he's, the man of the people, and he has his shirt out of his pants so he looks like a normal person. All that kind of thing, and just screaming a whole lot of you got to. I think one of their main slogans is sack the government, isn't it?
Yeah, something like that. It'd be
The main
something to
things.
do to that. The current government don't. They're out of touch. We need something new. We need something fresh. All sorts
Yeah.
of all these. It's just empty promises, right? And unfortunately, not unfortunately, but the reality is, running a country, like I said, is very different to running a
Yeah.
business. And you know, money stacks up. When you come out with policies, you're going to be able to back up how you're going to fund this stuff that's going to better
Yeah.
people off, right? And make them better
And
off.
we're
Whereas you don't
coming
hear
at
that.
the end of a
Couple of
where
tough years.
inflation's gone,
Yeah.
very high, very
Very quickly. But that's what
quickly.
happens when inflation hits. It doesn't
Yeah.
steadily go. It hits the bottom. Once it gets to
Yeah.
that point, it just whoosh. It just goes. And
So the
just
answer is not
and
to
that's it. There's not much else that they offer though. There's nothing. There's no
nothing.
other
It's all just
substance.
anger.
There's no other substance to their
Yeah.
policies. Nothing. They're really looking at winning the vote based on anger. You're right, just based on being pissed
Yeah.
off as to what happened, and that's all they're promoting. That's all they're
Yeah.
trying to do,
And then everyone will just
and that's scary.
choose, you know.
Well,
I
it's a
found some of their
concern.
old stuff.
It's really a
This is one of
concern.
those old
Yeah,
the
it's just
Reds are taking over Australia kind of thing.
yeah, it's
You know.
it's very concerning because I mean, I'm not trying to belittle or speak down to people, but it's one thing to listen to someone campaigning, but then you really need to ask the question, okay, well, how are you going to deliver on this stuff? Not just at face value of what they're saying, making
Yeah, and you can't
policy.
just tell people we're going to give you more money.
How?
Like,
How do you do
yes,
exactly?
obviously there needs to be some sort of a wage increase to help with
Yeah,
all
but
the
there's
other
got to be a
costs, but
plan.
it has to be economically viable, because you
Exactly.
can't just increase
Hmm.
wages. You can't increase the minimum wage over 5%
Hmm.
and not have an effect on everything else, because
Exactly.
we already have the problem where all the costs are going up. So by
Hmm.
increasing the minimum wage as well,
Hmm.
you will also then inflate.
Exactly, because businesses are going
Yeah,
to
and
go,
then
well, I've got to pay extra, so I've got to charge
yeah,
extra in order to make
yeah,
this money to pay extra.
and that's where you get your inflation from. So
That's
if
exactly
inflation
right.
wasn't already going up significantly,
Hmm.
you're just making it worse. And
You're
then
just exacerbating
the
it.
phrase
Exactly.
is just overheat your whole economy,
Hmm.
because everything is just going to rise.
It
It's
goes
like a
quick.
flood.
Yeah,
It's
but
just all that water level is just going to go up.
but just like that, and that's a really good analogy. It goes
Yep.
up really quick, but to bring it back down, that can take a long time for it to
Yeah.
recede. Something like this, the economy can turn quickly great, but then once it goes bad, it really goes bad really quick, and to pull it back to
Yeah.
good takes a lot of time. And it, like I said, getting back to the United Australia, you know, I understand they're running, got every right to run, got every right to campaign, they've got every right to put their policies out there. And I'm not saying their policies are wrong. What I'm saying their policies don't stack up.
Yeah. It's
For
not
me,
ethical to
they
just
don't
be
stack up.
scaring people.
No, it's not just or to make an empty promise because
Yeah.
for the sake of getting your foot in the door. They're selling. They're basically cheap salesmen, low hanging fruit salesmen is the way I'm looking at it right now. The
Yeah.
thing is, get the votes, get in the door, and then we'll work our way. But we need to get in the door because that's what they're missing. Bodies on the
That's right.
floor, right, at the moment. They need a body in there that has a UAP badge
Yeah.
sitting in the Senate, sitting in the
Yeah.
House of Reps. So that way, then when a decision comes up and it's a one person swing, they can cause that swing.
Yeah.
That's what they're
And
trying to get in.
it's not like your Pauline Hanson's for One Nation,
No,
which is just which is another arm for socialism also.
yeah, no,
You know,
it's right. Exactly. It's exactly right.
it's also the same as well.
Yeah, it's a scary thought,
So
but it shows that times are changing, and hopefully,
socialism, unfortunately, is a bit like for communism.
mm,
It's one of those things that, yes, the theory of it is good
but
up
it's
to
a
a point,
balancing. Yeah.
but you cannot run a government on socialism, unfortunately, because it needs to be a balance.
Mm-hmm.
We have to be centralists.
We do.
You can't go too far to the left. You can't go
Can't
too
too
far to
far
the
to the
right.
right. Agree. Yeah, that's where you
It's
find balance. Where there's balance, that's where things work best. So
it is the
find
Goldilocks
out.
of,
Yeah, it
it has
is
to be the
trying to find.
porridge.
That's
You have
right. The right
a good
porridge, the right
recipe,
share.
a good recipe.
Yeah,
And they're blaming China and India for everything. I mean, it's just not. It, it's
like I said,
all that scaremongering.
it
Just
is. It's baseless
promoting,
policies. Baseless.
yeah,
It really is baseless. Hopefully, people see
promoting
through it.
isolationism.
Yeah. Well, next week we're going to know a result. Let's hope it's in the best interest of the country moving
We're going to
forward.
know, my friend. That is for sure.
Yeah.
But
Ah.
there are other things that have made me angry as well.
Oh.
So I had the unfortunate circumstance to be in a shop
Oh.
with these things.
These cat
again.
carriers.
Yeah, look how many.
All
I'm
different
just
colours.
shaking my head thinking,
You could use a cat. I
come on,
reckon you
people.
need the company.
The J Man has some cats.
Has he?
I just
Well, they got to get around
it's not
somehow.
my thing.
Hey,
I'll take a
it's
dog
better
any
than
day.
the.
I love Bruce.
It's better.
I'll take a dog any day.
It's better than the that bubble thing
The-
that I showed you. Remember they sent you the cat rolling around that
yeah,
bubble
yeah,
thing?
with the
It's better than that.
like a clear rolly bag for your cat, so you can
Had
just
ventilation.
show
Had
them
ventilation.
if they had freedom.
This is what you could
This
do.
is what they could see. That's, I just don't
Better
get
off
it.
staying home.
All right, now I said
yes.
I did an experiment, right?
All right.
I did an
You
experiment.
have 7.5 minutes to tell us about this
Okay, I know.
experiment and wrap up this
I did an
show
experiment,
because we're
but
getting under 40
firstly,
minutes.
before that, why do fathers take an extra pair of socks when they go for golf? Philip.
Guess they get a hole in one.
Yay! Damn right.
right.
Handpicked for easy get.
Yeah, took out
Now-
low hanging fruit.
Yeah, I know. It was just
Thank
almost
you.
a shame
Thank
that
you.
it's that
Yeah,
easy.
no,
but I just thought
I enjoyed it. It made me feel good.
I just thought I'd throw that down your way. Now,
Thank you.
I will start off with I did something I'm a little bit ashamed of, as we're talking about socialism and how they're complaining that the wealthy have their way.
Yeah.
So I had a couple of meetings, and one ended fast,
Mhm.
and I had a little bit of time in between.
Okay. Yeah. Bit
So
of free
right
time.
round the
You didn't-
corner of the place
didn't wax
was
the car?
was a car wash.
Of course it was.
So, so this is one of those
I already know where this is going.
stories I'm not very proud of, but
Keep going. You got 6 minutes. Get through it. Let's go.
self-deprecation. So I walk up to the guy first. I go, mate, is there any chance you can do me a wash in an hour? He goes, no. So then I walked away. Then I hopped in the car and I came back around and I'm in the driveway. I just put the window down. The guy's all like sweating after he's cleaning another car, and then he turns around. He looks at me again. And he comes to the window. I go, mate. What's it going to take for me to be in front of those other cars that are in front of me? And then he does the thing. He looks around.
You take these bananas. Did he do that? He didn't. Did you
So what
queue
I
jump?
did, yeah, I paid nearly double.
You slipped him a couple of what?
I
Pineapples?
paid nearly-
Prawns? What'd you slip
I
him? What'd you
paid
slip
nearly
him?
double. He moved the other cars out of the way. I went in front. They washed and
Oh,
and
good God.
fully vacuumed the car.
Oh, wow.
Did the tires, and then
You're unbelievable.
and then he gives me the thumbs
Oh,
up.
he got the thumbs
I was
up.
having my drink, and I was out of there in like at the most 15 minutes.
Wow. You powered through that. Jeez.
Because he moved all the other cars out of the way. It's like I said, I'm not proud of it, but this is I've
a good
kind
story.
of I've become part of the problem. So
Oh,
while
jeez.
I was answering my emails,
Yes.
I went and got
Oh,
this lovely thing
sugar-free naked life.
from
Iced tea.
from the cafe, right?
Naturally sweetened. Yeah.
So this this obviously has a blurb
Yeah.
because it's
Yes. It
so
does.
let's
I don't know if
can
I've got
you
enough
read
time
that
to read it.
any
So I've got
effectively?
3 minutes 40 seconds. Naturally naked iced tea, the original functional beverage, is back, rich in antioxidants, naturally sweetened and packed full of flavor and refreshment. Naked from sugar, naked from calories,
Yep.
only
We
18
love
calories
being
per
naked to
bottle.
the
Naked
taste
from look, we
of
love being
iced
naked to the
tea.
best taste iced. There you go. It's all about naked, 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 naked,
Okay,
butt naked.
here's a message for all you vegans. I I I drank this. It was empty. So as you see it now,
Yeah, how was it empty? What do you mean? Of course, when
yeah,
you drink it,
it
it's
was
empty.
empty.
Yeah.
Here's the two dads version.
Did you just refill it with iced tea?
And I put some stevia in it.
Good to go.
So instead of me having to pay another $4,
You just filled it up. It looks exactly the same.
yeah,
No one will know the difference. Is it
it's
refreshing?
exactly the same.
It's exactly the same.
It's exactly the same. I've had
And
this in
that's
the
how you
fridge
do it.
all week.
That's how you
Just
do it.
waiting.
Look at that.
Just waiting for episode
So,
31.
so now you can just fill it up with normal iced tea. People ask, "Oh, what's that taste like?" It's fantastic. You should go get yourself a bottle. It's
I
$4 a
just
bottle though. $4.
I boil the water and I just put the tea bags in it
That's
and
great.
2 teaspoons of stevia.
That's it. I mean, you just
That's it. There's your blurb.
that's what the two dads
We've
blurb would
made a
be.
joke of us all. Yeah, this is 2 days blurb. This is just iced tea and stevia. That would all that's all that would be in the back.
That's it.
You could make this yourself.
He's,
But instead, here's your reward for being lazy. And and thank you for the $4. So that was the experiment. I just wanted to prove a point. It tastes exactly the same.
there you go.
Exactly the same. And it's all natural. The
That's it.
water's filtered.
That's
the tea
right.
is organic.
That's right. That's all natural.
And
Well,
it probably cost me like
that-
9 cents.
there you go. But you know what that means?
So
You know what that leaves us? Leaves us with 1 minute and 24 seconds to wrap this up. According to the Zoom
So-
man. Oh, you haven't got time for jokes, bro. You got time for
no, hang on.
say hi to
hang
your
on.
mum and see you later.
I can squeeze it in.
Oh,
I only know 25 letters of the alphabet.
yeah.
I don't know why.
you don't you missed the last. And we're into the last minute. I'm going to keep an eye on the clock here because this is where we get to wrap things up before we get cut off.
I had another meeting in
You
in
haven't
the
got time
week
for it. You haven't got time for this.
where we ordered a steak sandwich
Yeah.
from another one of these, whole food
Yes.
places.
Yes.
And they come out with the steak sandwich. It's one piece of bread.
With the steak in between.
No, it's just one piece of bread
Yeah.
with some sliced pieces of steak, and underneath there was some pumpkin.
That's it.
So there was 4 of us there,
Yeah.
and the other two they decided to go the standard hamburger.
Okay.
And
Normal hamburger.
and then when she brings out the steak sandwiches, it's one piece of bread. Have you ever had a steak sandwich with a
Like an open
pumpkin?
what? Pumpkin.
It's just one piece of bread.
When you say it's just is it an open sandwich?
An open sandwich would imply that there is another piece of bread. How
So
can you
it's
have
just a piece of
with
bread, a
Yeah,
steak.
it's not a roll. It's just one piece of bread.
That's not a sandwich.
That's what I said. This is where they have some kind of, and obviously there was a blurb or something on the menu about how how all the cows had some Easy Life where they played easy jazz or something in the field, so that it's all organic. And the meat was so rare that the other guy was looking at it, he's going, I don't know, I don't really eat.
Where
Like there's
was it?
still
Oh, let's
blood
not
coming out of the
disclose.
meat.
Let's not disclose where this is.
In Burnley.
In Burnley.
It was in Burnley.
Oh well.
But anyway, it was just a funny story because we're all laughing, and I did say that I will speak about it on the
That's interesting. A
podcast. So
sandwich with on a piece
shout
of
out
bread.
for Amelia.
Okay. But it's not a sandwich. Let's just be very clear.
That's what I'm saying. They call it a steak sandwich, but
It's
it's
not.
one piece of oval bread
And it's just a
with
steak on top.
stewed pumpkin
Yeah, stewed
and some
pumpkin.
rocket, and
Yeah.
then sliced pieces of steak.
A steak? Yeah, no, that's not how you make a steak sandwich.
Yeah, it's
That's not
just
how you do it. Bizarre.
it's nuts. But
It was a steak, the thin steak?
that's what I call the steak story. Yeah,
Was
it was
it
just
thin people
sliced.
steak? Yeah.
Yeah, sliced.
Yeah.
But
You normally
very
don't slice it either.
very rare, which I don't have
Bizarre.
all that much of an issue with, but
No,
not
no.
everyone likes, rare
Bizarre.
rare meat.
Bizarre. Hey, look, it's all this new wave deconstructed sandwich. That's a half a
Yep.
sandwich. It's not even a
That's what I'm
sandwich. You
saying.
can't call it
How
sandwich.
can one piece of bread is not a
No,
sandwich?
it's
This is a typical thing for a dad. There's
steak.
4 of us. We're all dads. We're looking at this thing. The other 2 just started laughing as they ate their hamburger.
Did the hamburger come with a full bun, or was it just half a bun?
Yeah, no, it was a full
a
bun.
proper burger.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, it was a proper burger. A little bit of fries on the side.
Here we go.
But
Alright. Hey,
but
look, that's what
apparently
works.
you can just make a steak sandwich. I asked the waitress. She wasn't very impressed. I asked if it was half price. She didn't get it.
She didn't
She didn't get it. She just looked at me
Oh, man.
like
She's
that.
probably heard it before.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sure
Anyway.
that's not very funny.
That's
I may have stumbled across Melbourne. I may have stumbled across another hero of Melbourne. I'm just saying
Oh.
it quietly because
apart from
it just
Daredevil.
seemed odd. I like Daredevil, man. If only I was able to get a decent shot, it would have worked great.
video
but
footage.
You just have to
footage. I have to believe,
accept
take your word.
accept the testimony. It's all you got to do.
All right. So what have you come across now?
And the name of this man, of one of Melbourne's Avengers, one of Melbourne's heroes.
It's not the Tick, is it?
See,
Oh,
well, it's
Biker Boy.
I've overhyped it, and the technology has let me down.
What is that?
The guy on the bike
It's got
is
it.
holding an acoustic guitar over his shoulder, like an
Oh,
axe.
is he? Oh.
Yeah.
Oh
But-
no.
I apologize for everyone. I will rescind that because it's not that funny if you can't see it properly.
Oh no.
So I've
Get it.
failed yet again.
Technology.
He's like the C team.
This,
the
he's the
Avengers.
ringing.
He's riding a push bike,
with a
holding
guitar.
the
Oh
acoustic
really?
guitar
doing
like
a
an
gig.
axe over his shoulder.
Well, it's interesting. Maybe he's going to a gig.
Anyway,
Guitar lessons.
Urban Arms Race.
Oh no. Here we
Urban
go.
Arms Race. This is the reason why I hate for Mustangs or late model ones, because it's this kind of rubbish that happens with
Oh.
people that buy Mustangs. It's the Harley Davidson
What?
version of a Ford F-250.
Oh really? That doesn't
And-
make any sense.
Any small children, please shield their eyes. It's just horrible.
What is that?
You
that's
see, it's got
pretty
all
bad.
Harley Davidson, like on the
Yeah.
wheels, got Harley Davidson, on the sides, got Harley Davidson, and you can even see on the
Something on the
canopy
top,
there's the
yeah.
Harley Davidson.
I was gonna say there's something on the top there.
It's like just that
a shame.
is the Donald Trump of the pickup world.
Because the body is really nice of the car. It's just the wheels aren't nice.
Yeah. So this is
It's a
the
shame.
same as like your OG Ford for Raptor,
Mhm.
right? It's just the hideousness of
Wow.
someone that has no taste whatsoever. And yeah, I was just, what is
It
wrong
does
with
your
you
head in.
people?
I know. It does your
Yeah.
head in.
But it's not the Two Dads Car Show.
It's not.
Not
Not
the
yet.
Two Dads Car Show, just an Urban Arms
Not,
Race update.
not
That
yet.
is all it is. That's all it is. That's all it is. So our letter of common sense went out to Clive Palmer.
It did, dude. Seriously, if you're gonna run, please have a bit more substance with what you're saying, because a lot of what you're saying is just, it doesn't make much sense, and people do see through it. But I know what you're hoping for is there is a group of people that don't, and that's the sad part. That's the worrying part, if you ask me.
Yep.
So, I mean, change is sometimes
And
important,
politics is
but
a dirty game.
it is a dirty game, and he's just playing it to get us foot in the door.
Same like car care products.
Yeah, Dirty Steve, we know about you, buddy.
Dirty Steve. Dirty Steve.
So yeah, come on, Clive. If you want to be serious, lift your game. Lift your game, and maybe bring in some candidates with a bit more clout.
There's there's an enterprise in that. Just I think it's the reason why I did the experiment, because it can be just called I just
Iced
made
tea.
my own damn tea. Is what it is.
Make
Instead
it your
of the
damn self, iced
philosophy
tea. That's what it should
of
be.
yeah,
Make it your damn
make it your
self,
damn self.
iced tea.
I swear to you, it tastes 95%. I won't say 100% because that
No,
would
no,
be,
that would be,
but
yeah.
it,
Be careful. There'd be
I
legal
don't feel the
implications.
difference. Like I'm not saying I didn't enjoy it,
Mhm.
but
Did it
I
taste
just
better
thought to
that it only
myself,
cost you 90 cents to make as opposed to $4 to buy?
yeah, but it's all naked. There's nothing else. But have a look at all the other ingredients.
No, they just put that shit in there. I can't see. I can't see. Some
Obviously, water,
spin it to your right a bit more.
natural sweetener.
I say right. I meant left. Go left. Keep going. Keep spinning.
Yeah.
Keep spinning. I can't read it. It's got energy. Protein.
No. Here. If you see up the
Oh,
top,
up there. Oh, I can't read that.
those are all the ingredients.
Black
But
tea,
that's what I'm
stevia,
saying. It's not natural.
extract, some natural flavors.
Natural
Natural
flavor.
flavors. Is that tea bag flavor? Is that what the natural flavors is? I mean, come on. Talk about an embellishment. Get serious. That is just, you know what that is? This is when you can't be asked making your own tea, and you're out in the shop. You go, you know what? I feel like having this. I'll just buy it.
But this is more to my
Nothing.
point. It's all about
Just
the hype,
yeah.
and it makes you feel like somehow you're morally superior from not just going to buy a can of Coke, because you're not one of the sheep. Like you.
Oh, of course. Yeah. Now we're
That's
all
what
sheep. We're
yeah.
all sheep now, aren't we? Exactly. We're all sheep.
I made it myself.
We did well. That's all I can say.
I just thought it was worthy of the experiment.
We did well. What have we got?
So
Have we come to the end of the show?
to end the show,
we're ending the show.
we're actually going to make it under an hour.
That's fantastic.
So I will just end the show with another little story of mine.
Yeah.
If you can remember how I spoke about, I think this was a few weeks ago, about how again, it's not the Chad's car show, but it was just a funny story.
Mm-hmm.
The Rexton, when I went to have the wheel alignment after I had the service.
Yep.
Right. So I was in the tire place, and the store manager was on the phone with someone else.
Mm-hmm.
And the conversation was that the guy called up the tire place complaining that he wanted a refund on the tires that he bought 3 years ago.
I say what now?
This guy
What?
was angling for a refund because he wasn't happy with the tires after using them for 3 years.
For 3 years?
Yeah.
Wow.
And when the store manager hung up the phone, I just said, look, I don't mean to eavesdrop or anything, but was that serious? And he says, yeah. He goes, but very thankfully he didn't buy it from this store. He bought it from another one. So I just
That's
sent him the
insane.
number of the other store.
Quick handball. I like it. Well, fair enough.
3
But after
years.
3 years ago, I'm not happy with my tires. I want my money back.
Now there's a United Australia party
Oh,
voter.
there you go. Craig would probably, what's his name? Clive and Craig, whatever. They'd probably say,
Clive.
you know what? Well, he bloody should get his money back. Why shouldn't he if he's not
I would
happy?
have told him, why don't you look for Mrs. Palmer?
Yeah, that's right. Because you got your hand on it, buddy. You ain't getting your money back. 3 years.
3
Like,
years and
I've
wanted
worn
his
this top.
refund.
I've had
Yeah.
this top for 3 years. And you know what? It actually doesn't fit that great. Can I have my money back, please? Still in good nick. Still a top. That's ridiculous. Seriously, some people, what they'll do. People have no shame. How do people lie straight in bed at night sometimes? I don't understand.
This is what I'm saying.
The world that
These
we live
people
in.
are allowed to vote.
Yeah. Let's not get started on that. The
It
fact
all
that
just
you're
ends
18
this
shouldn't
way.
be the only qualification. I'm telling you right now. Shouldn't be the only qualification. It's ridiculous.
And on that note,
On that note, before I really
it is
fire
nearly
up,
midnight on Friday the
it
13th.
is on Friday the 13th. We're going to tick over the 14th. I've had a good 13th.
Yep.
So this has been a great episode. Thank you all for joining us. I should remind people of the socials, right?
Yes, please.
So our socials are two dads. The Gmail account is two dads, TOODADS.PC@gmail.com. And then you got the Two Dads podcast on YouTube, because we have the faces for YouTube, and on Spotify, because we certainly have the voices for Spotify. So you can catch us there. We're on Anchor as well, so you just Google
And you
Two
may be,
Dads.
your screens
TOO.
may be festooned with handsomeness.
Oh yeah, look, Sid's got his head's festooned with a new headset. I'm hoping by maybe next episode, maybe episode 33, I'll have mine in. So we'll
I
we'll be
may
all
go back to the
festooned
old
up.
one.
Now I'm looking forward to my new one, but the Spaceballs one's that's gone. That's not happening. It's just beyond ridiculous, to be honest.
Please
But
feel free to email us
yes, thank you.
any things that you'd like us to speak about, or
Yep.
anything odd that you've seen.
Yeah, and those
We're
who
happy
have
to
contributed.
articulate it
Yep.
to the Two Dads way.
Yeah, Nat, to Nat, thank you for your contribution on the puns. Appreciate that. The pot dealer, huge fan of the pot dealer. So it got me,
Absolute
that's for
gold.
sure. That was a good one.
Gold.
That was better than gold. Better than gold. All right, sign us off.
Say hi to your mums for us.
Adios.
Adios.